What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Ricky. I'm playing some COD Ghost. I got two gameplays here for you guys together. I got quite a bunch of shit to talk about. First off, I just want to say, it was a cool idea. Infinity War wanted to give us a Christmas camo and a Christmas background and stuff like that. And the whole fact that now we got a wolf instead of a dog skin. I think that's cool. What I think they should have also added to make it kind of like fun and gangster with it was like a Santa or elf kind of uniform, like a uniform loadout, but not like on some real cute shit. Like make that shit look thugged out, like in Call of Duty style. You know what I'm saying? With, like the cartridge of bullets and shit around you. You know what I mean? Just make it look fun. So everybody could choose different variations of customization on the person, whether they wanted maybe they had like a helmet, a Christmas helmet, like make it fun. If they want to add the camo, they should have just went ahead, added the whole 9 yards. So that's what I think. That's all. Besides all that, we are getting close to 2014, and there's a lot of games that got pre-ordered, and believe it or not, some people told me I can't have certain games pre-ordered, but that's bullshit. Like for example, the Division. I got that shit pre-ordered already. I got like only $5 on it. But as long as I know I got my spot on it, unless it comes out with a special edition, that game I'm gonna go out for like the highest edition they have, because that game looks amazing. That shit looks incredible. The open world of New York City basically, not New York State, I'm sorry. And I believe the story behind it is like the stock market crashing and the corruption of New York City, and I guess the world in general, and it's based on real shit that can happen. And believe it or not, stuff like that can happen. The stock market crashes, the Great Depression. Basically, New York City goes under this brigade where they just falling apart, crimes, diseases, everything. At least it's a unique way to create a game. It reminds me of The Last of Us, although The Last of Us had clickers, aka zombies, whatever you want to call them, the sick people, the sick monsters, the sick creatures. And you have to strive to survive. It's all about survival now. You're playing as, obviously, I guess, NYPD or soldiers. You're playing as soldiers, but it's still like a survival type game. It's like a survival instinct type of game. So I can't wait to play, especially the Tom Clancy game. The story behind it, I know it's gonna be a rich and crisp story. So besides all that, that's one of the games I'm getting. But for 2014, and this goes out for the Xbox One as well, because I actually really like the Xbox One. Some of the games I'm getting for 2014 is Destiny. I already have that shit pre-ordered. I got the beta already in lock, so that's number one. I also have the Tomb Raider, the definitive edition. I actually loved Tomb Raider for the Xbox 360. I had it for, but I'm gonna get it for the PS4. The definitive edition is just a rebuild, remade, whole new graphics, and it looks amazing. They came out with a trailer for it. I like it. I actually enjoyed the story. It was one of the best Tomb Raider game stories out. So I can't wait to play, and I even enjoyed the multiplayer. So I like the whole customization and the class setups and the characters you was able to choose from. So that's another game I'm copping. I am copping Thief. It's made by Square Enix as well. It's coming out February 25th. That's only 2 months from now. I want that game. It just reminds me of like a BioShock slash Dishonored, mostly like Dishonored. But obviously, I have never played Thief before. The people who played it for the PC years ago, I know they're hyped and stoked about it. So and looking at the development of it, watching videos on YouTube, I cannot wait to play this game. I just love games with that kind of with that theme, especially when it's a first-person viewed game. So I can't wait to play it because I love Dishonored and it reminds me of it so much. That's another game I'm copping. I've never been really into Infamous. Believe it or not, I've never been into Infamous. And a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers, and a couple of my friends, they love Infamous. I think they like number 2 more. But they told me get into it. I did download it for free on the PSN store when the whole PSN got hacked, and everybody was all fucked. But I've never really played it, so I don't know if Infamous Second Son is gonna be a connection. I don't know, but the way it looks, I want to try it out, because the regular Infamous games, the original ones, they didn't look so appealing to me, but this one looks kind of cool. You're playing, I guess, as a teenager, and the abilities that he have, and all the new videos that are coming out with what you can do with this person, it looks pretty awesome to me. So I might get it, try it out. I have it pre-ordered, set already. It comes out March 21st of next year. So that's one game, I want to give it a try, you know. Just to make this quick, Jive Club, it's a racing game. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a simulation, but it does look great. It looks hot. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna obviously download that shit for free. And this game is very popular on PC on the Steam, and I am dying to fucking play it on the PS4, and it's free for PS Plus users, and that is Planet Side 2. I've played it. Matter of fact, I have played it on my laptop. It wasn't the best because, you know, I don't got a crazy gaming rig, but I fell in love with it because I also played with it in my friend's house. And to know the mass majority of players that will be on it, around 2,500, which was announced months ago by the makers of the game. I'm dying to play that game, and I don't think that game is coming out for the Xbox 360, or maybe it is. I don't know. Hopefully it does, you know, because I believe both consoles should be experiencing fun games. That's one thing. One game I'm really interested in playing is called Daylight. It's an adventure game, but just like Thief with being first person, this game looks as well first person. Now, the story behind it is it's after waking up in a strange hospital with no memory of why you are here. You are on your own to find out what is going on in Daylight, a psychological thriller powered by Unreal Engine 4 technology with only the light of a cell phone to guide you. Navigate the halls and building, looking for clues and explanations on the place and why you're here. Every experience through Daylight will be different as rooms randomly be generated. So it seems pretty interesting. It says you will never know what's around your next corner or what lurks out in the darkness. So it looks pretty interesting. The graphics look pretty sexy to me. So I want to, you know, see what this game is really about. Maybe take a look at it more later on down the line before it's actually, you know, being confirmed, like released more footage. So I wouldn't mind taking a look at that game either. One game I had reserved, pre-ordered, that I canceled the pre-order was Watch Dogs. I have it now pre-ordered again, only put $5, but I had it paid off, and I just switched it for another game when they delayed it. I was really upset because that was one of the open world games that we wanted. But, you know, Ubisoft, they wanted to add more to the world. They wanted to correct the graphics, make it a more better efficient game for us. They wanted the fidelity and fix up a lot of the, you know, things that they felt shouldn't have been, you know, thrown out to us. So they kind of delayed the game, which I don't mind because they're gonna fix it up. They're gonna add more to the game, take their time with this. So I guess whatever, I let them go with that bullshit. Now this game, I was so hyped for when I seen during the conference. I think it was in a Microsoft conference that I seen this game. It was the Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain. I wasn't shocked. I think I seen it in the Microsoft conference, or it's supposed to be a PS4 title. I don't know. But they changed it from Phantom Pain to Ground Zeroes, I believe, because they wanted us to understand the story. I think Ground Zeroes came out only for PSP, so they remade it, remastered the whole game, rebuilt it, new engine, graphics, and everything. More of the story so that we understand what happens at that point in time, so that when we go into Phantom Pain, it makes more sense to us. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know, don't kill me. But yes, I can't wait for the Metal Gear Solid to be thrown back out because the shit is looking pretty sexy. Now, another game that I want is UFC Fight Night Champion, and it better be called Fight Night Champion. I know I'm not bugging. But Fight Night Champion was one of the best hand-to-hand fighting games I've ever played. One of the best boxing games made, because EA's previous boxing games, they were good every time they came out, but it always got, you know, boring after a while. But the way that the physics were on Fight Night Champion, which was crazy because the game is still a little bit pricey for being that old. It's a really good game, and to know that EA took over, and that's why I give it to EA with that. Maybe they suck with doing basketball or football games, but with their fighting games, I'm really hoping they land this one, because to know UFC partnered up with EA and decided to allow them to develop that game and left THQ because THQ sucks balls. You know, I'm pretty happy about that. I just hope EA understands there's a lot of UFC fighters, and I hope they land their combination moves, their techniques, their personal skills within themselves individually, and not just give everybody the same moves. And I hope they add up a lot of fighters. That's all I'm worried about. The graphics is looking great to me, and that's about it. I must be boring, you guys, but fuck it. Another game that I'm copping is The Elder Scrolls Online. It's by Bethesda Softworks. It comes out in June of 2014. It's an RPG online game, massive online. So basically, it's gonna be one server with however hundreds of thousands or millions of whoever people. I'm just iffy. I want to get it. I'm just iffy on whether or not they're gonna have you pay a subscription, or is it gonna be free and they make you pay for items and shit. I'd rather pay a $10 subscription or $5 subscription rather than getting the game for free and then we have to buy almost every item, because that's gonna be where it gets pricey, and I don't like that. Another game other than the Division, there was one particular game that caught my fucking mind that I'm dying to see new footage of, that hands down even Xbox One gamers were saying looks beast, and that's The Order 1886. I can tell you off the back now, after seeing that trailer where it looks like it's based in, like, obviously 1886, you know, but to know where they were contacting, I guess, the person through that little device they had on their shoulder from, I think they went back in time to try to find something or destroy something that was destroying their future in the city. I don't know, but that game looks fucking sexy as a bitch, and I already have posters on my wall of that game. I can't wait for that game to come out. That can be another. That shit has potential of being game of the year just by the trailer itself. I can't wait to fuck with that game. The third game, in which is a game that I'm gonna cop and it's a must, is Wolfenstein: The New Order. I am sick of war games that have the US being on a pedestal where we always winning and shit. And Wolfenstein, or like for example, if US we go through so much shit, but then at the end, you know, we figure out a way to win. Nah, Wolfenstein: The New Order looks like as if the Nazis have won the war, if the Germans have won, and Hitler was still up there. I want a game like that. We need a game where it's not always going to be the same. We're not expecting the same bullshit. Wolfenstein: The New Order looks amazing. So I don't mind, you know, if I got to kill a few Americans in that game. However the game is, it just looks pretty beast, and I can't wait to try that game out as well. Especially that Wolfenstein, they had a previous game I've never got to play, but I can't wait to try The New Order. Everyone and their mother is pre-ordering Dying Light. That shit comes out on my birthday. That's a must get. You know, I think it's Warner Brothers, Deep Silver, and the makers of Dead Island Part 1, because some of the characters sound like the characters from Dead Island 1, and not Dead Island 2. Dead Island 2 Riptide was so asshole, so fuck out of here. But that Dying Light looks fucking sick as shit, and that's gonna be a beast ass zombie game. Another game that honestly, when we all seen the Sony conference for PlayStation and we seen this trailer, I personally took it as it was a back in the Middle Ages kind of game, and it just took me to where I felt this was the PS4 version of Rise Son of Rome, because Rise Son of Rome is based like in the Roman ages, and I just thought this was based in the Middle Ages of, you know, the king and the knights, just by the way this person was dressed. And the game, and it's far from that. And this game is called Deep Down. This PS4 exclusive. And by the way, people, you know, claimed, oh, Capcom is broke, they're going to. Yes, they probably were losing money, but losing money didn't stop them from developing this game, because this game is going to be one of the set games of most sales. Because honestly, this, like, Capcom has really fallen apart throughout the years. You know, they're always making the same kind of titles over and over. Their titles aren't going anywhere. But being that this is a whole new IP, this is a whole new game in general for Capcom, this might bring a lot of sales in the door for them, and it might bring them back, because this game honestly looks gorgeous. I seen some gameplay of it. It's an online RPG, real-time RPG as well, by Capcom. And it's filled with swordplay, magic, dragons, and its story defines expectations that is not set in the past, like I said, but is based in New York, in the year 2094. So you would not imagine that Deep Down is based in the future just because the way the person was dressed. But I guess appearance don't mean shit, because I'm assuming he maybe went back in time, or he came back from in time to the future. But all I know is the story is set, and this game, watching it reminds me of Dark Souls and Assassin's Creed, and based on what I read, they said the same thing. It's like has the Desmond field where he can read minds, because of the fact that you can read minds from the past, and then it gives you hints and embarks on new mysteries to solve. You're a memory archaeologist of sort of a kind that is being stated here, and it says it has like a Dark Souls approach to it with an online co-op. So I really can't wait to take this game and bust ass, because this game looks fucking flawless. Like, I just can't wait. So it may not be the fucking PS4 version of Rise on Rome, but this will probably be better. You know, that's in my head. In my opinion, this game might be better. There's a lot of other games coming out for the PS4. These are just ones that I know I'm getting. And there's a game coming out that was almost everyone's favorite for the PS2, and that is Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't give a shit. I will suck my thumb and wear Power Ranger pajamas and still be a real bro. I love Kingdom Hearts. That's coming off the shelf at GameStop. If I can buy that shit early, I'm buying it early. It does not fucking matter. That game's coming home with daddy. I don't give a shit. So that's one of the best games made, being that it's from with Final Fantasy and Disney together. That was a beautiful game being made, hands down. Anyways, last game, it's not coming out in 2014. It's actually been under development for like 5 years, like 4 years now, since Robert Bowling left after Modern Warfare 2. He's been with Japan, of the developers by the name of Robotoki, and it's called Human Element. Now that game is based on survival as well, and that game relates to me like The Last of Us, because it's based on survival. It explores the fight for humanity in the midst of zombie apocalypse. The game utilizes simulation elements to customize your experience depending on the type of character you choose and the relationships you forge in the game with other survivors. Now, this may be an online game, you know what I'm saying, or offline and online. You get to choose your characters, you know, build them the way you want them to be built, have like this emotional effect, and build their characteristics and get along and like see how they interact with others. And I can tell you right now, I'm actually glad he left Infinity Ward to go and do a project like this. This maybe fits him. This probably fits him more, because his creative style, if no one knows, was always thinking ahead of the approach, and Call of Duty actually had him set back. He always had to stick with the same approach, because, you know, Call of Duty, they want to make money. They never 100% change up their game, because, you know what I'm saying, it draws in everyone. So I'm glad he went to this game, because this game looks great. Can't wait to see this more gameplay on this, or gameplay in general. But yeah, that's really it for the games I know I'm getting for 2014. What games are you getting or looking forward to? There's a lot of money to be spent next year. Who knows, maybe I may not cop all of them, but hopefully there are demos and betas for them so that we be able to try them and experience them. But that's about it. I'm out of here. I've been talking for way too fucking long. I'm tired of shit. Holla at y'all. Peace.
That Trinity rocket hitting me. Somebody trying to shoot me. I was getting my jug.
Mi-24 standing by. Friendly chopper inbound. Griffin available.
I'm not throwing. That's a knife. So. Thank you.
Come on, I missed a knife, yo. Yeah, I knifed him before. Yeah, yeah.
Griffin inbound.
I was leaning against him and knifed, and I missed the knife.
Friendly SATCOM active.
I'm just saying.
He was about to kill my jug by himself.
Griffin destroyed.
So he had me miss the bullshit ass knife.
Friendly ground chamber active.
I couldn't even see him. I just ran. I saw him go turning out the corner of my eye. Oh. It must, I think, still simultaneously. I thought I had the last kill.